What's up? What's up, you guys?
Welcome to Lot Life.
Lot Life, and currently, Lot Life is in the middle of a parking lot, and it is about 7 p.m. So it's nighttime, and
This lot is crowded.
yeah, where we are, thank God, just really no cars near us or anything. It's pretty quiet lot, but yeah, it's definitely in front of us. What you're not seeing is a lot of businesses and things like that. So it's a lot of people out getting ready to party for the weekend and things like that. But yeah, we're just sitting here talking about New Year's Day, and a lot of things that have transpired that we believe has led to this moment of just you guys,
Yeah.
a audience of people watching our story and watching our journey. And we kind of, when the cameras aren't rolling, we sit and kind of talk about um, how we got here. And I think that the beginning of 2025 is just a really good segue because we knew that the way that things were going, that this had to be a setup for something better. And Mom tells a story in a really great way about New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. So we want to tell you guys about that because you guys got a very in depth insight on what our Christmas was like. But our New Year's was actually quite the opposite. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely was quite different than what we anticipated. Um, but um, we are where we are now. I would say because of it, and
Yeah.
because of what God did through it. It was our intention actually to get a hotel room on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we did find a hotel that was open, and we're familiar with the hotel and all of that great stuff, and planned for it, reserved the room, all of that. Had a little bit of a issue starting out in the beginning of the day, had to, with an account, and so had
Yeah.
to,
We woke up to like, as we mentioned before, we woke up to negative $39 in our bank account.
yeah, we woke up in a negative, and I didn't know why. And like, definitely because of the situation, we try to stay on top of everything, like everything.
Right.
And
Right.
so it's really trying to track down like what happened here.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. Out of nowhere. Because, yeah, the day before we were in the clear. I mean, we had got us a little hotel room. We thought we was going to run it like we ran Christmas. We had some money left over.
yeah, we had some money left over, and then we thought, okay, this is this gonna be great. We don't have to spend New Year's Eve in the lot, because who wants to wake up on New Year's Day, you know, in a parking lot sleep. So at the end of the day, we had planned for it. Like, we thought, oh, this is gonna be a great beginning to 2025. Whoop, whoop,
Yes.
whoop.
Yes.
And it didn't turn out. It definitely didn't turn out the way that we had
Mm-hmm.
planned for it to. It didn't have the same results that we had for Christmas Eve. And it it was really hard, to say the least. It was very hard emotionally. um, we've been working so hard, and we've been kind of like drained physically. So for us to be told that we couldn't get it because we didn't have like the full deposit, which I thought had already been taken care of, it was just like, oh my gosh. So we come back to the car from leaving the hotel lobby, feeling defeated. I don't know if you guys have ever had that feeling, where you just really feel like, okay, this is it. Like, I'm going down.
You might.
like crashing, like a
Yeah.
crashing plane.
And mind you, when we before that, we literally worked the whole day just to make it just to get money back into the account just so we can get the hotel and make sure that we had food and make sure that we had a way to um, get gas and just take care of the bare necessities. And so we had worked again throughout the entire day, and we literally worked all of New Year's Eve, right?
Yeah, we worked. I mean,
Yeah,
it wasn't like the 11 plus hours that we did for Christmas Eve, but we knew like coming into like New Year's what we had planned to do. So we really had been working a few days even before, just kind of stockpiling, like let's make sure that we have everything. And again, it didn't work out the way that we thought it was. It was, we thought it was going to work out. Mind you, like we literally got turned away from the hotel. So, we go get something to eat and
we sit in the
we're,
car in
we're quiet,
silence for a long time.
yeah, we're like quiet. Like I said, it's kind of like that whole, like, I feel defeated. I feel, because emotions, trying to figure out how's all of this going to work and not wanting to go into a new year feeling that way or in that situation. So it's, like I said, it's been a lot of ups and downs. Howsoever, I thought about something this this morning about how when an arrow is about to be shot, you have to pull the arrow all the way back before that arrow can be shot, right? If we've seen it done, and I don't know if any of you have ever shot an arrow, but you literally have to pull it all the way back. And I thought about it that is us, and that is so many of us, that sometimes we are going backwards. We feel like we're like going the opposite direction that we want to go in, where God will literally like pull you back or hold you back before he propels you forward. And I say that to say that that's where we are right now. We literally feel like we are being propelled
Yeah,
forward at a high rate of speed. That's what
yeah,
this feels like right now. And it
absolutely.
is like beyond, how they have the emoji where it looked like your brain is just like, yeah, that's what it feels like to us. Like, it's like, man, like, whoa, like what is going on?
Yeah,
Um, yeah, because that next day,
yeah. The next day, mind you, we literally said this when we got turned away from the hotel. We literally were so fed up. I mean, it was to the point where we were like, this is it. We don't have any more tricks in our hat to try to make this stuff work.
like,
And
there's nothing left.
there's nothing left. And that's exactly where God wants you to be when he's about to do something really great in your life. And we literally said this to ourselves. We said, you know what? 2025 is about to go off for us. Like
Yeah.
and you know that slang, honey, when I say off, but really 2025 is about to be on for us, right? Because we're like, there's no way this can be allowed. The enemy can be allowed to mess with us in this type of way if God is not about to do something absolutely incredible in our lives. And so we set that to the T. And when we woke up the next morning, we literally had over $125 in our bank account. Now, let me tell you something. That might not be a lot to y'all, but for people in a situation like ours, that is everything. We went from seeing negative $39 to the point where we didn't have nothing
Yeah.
to seeing triple that in our bank account the next day. And at that moment, we knew that this was exactly what we had smelled. This is what we smelled going on. And it was what was going on. That we were being propelled, and God was saying, this is my final test. Then we said that was literally what we said. This must be a test.
Yeah, I mean, actually it was like more than that, because we, had worked. So we had like the money was
Yeah.
restored.
Yeah.
It's like it had disappeared.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden that next day on New Year's Day, the money was restored plus, whatever it is
Restoration.
that we worked.
Yeah.
And we were like, whoa, and it did something for us to
Yeah.
see that happen that quickly. And I was like, yes, because we like it's January 1st. And this is the sign. You know how people be
Yes.
talking about miracle signs and
Yes.
wonders. We were like, this is the sign, this is the
This is it.
miracle, and this is the wonder. All three
Uh-huh.
of them.
Yeah.
Just coming into play because even my bank was like, "Oh, I don't know what's going on with the account."
Yeah.
You tracking stuff like, okay, but why is it saying this? And my bank couldn't even tell me; they couldn't explain, which was a mystery. And then all of a sudden, that next day, all of this money is
Everything
in our
comes
in our
back.
account,
Yeah.
and we're like, man, like, and that's when we knew that was a turnaround.
Yeah.
I was like, the scales have tipped.
Yes, absolutely.
This is a tipping point.
It was a tipping point, and we literally had a choice in that moment. We were going to completely give up and say, you know what, forget this. Let's figure some way to get out of here. Let's figure out something to do to just get out of the situation. I mean, is there anybody that can help? We don't know. Like, and for that to happen the next day, and mind you, we said, cheer up. We're going to cheer up. We're going to figure out what we can do. And we're going to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, and we're going to believe that God has something amazing coming around the corner. And this is literally what 2025 has been so far. And we're literally 16 days into 2025. I'm looking at the calendar right now. We're 16 days into 2025, and look at what he is doing. And I just am in awe.
Yeah, that's a word.
And I literally am here to tell you that if there's anything that you are going through that looks similar to what we're going through, then you better hold on.
Yeah, hold on and hold on tight because
Yes.
God is doing something so wonderful. We had a very rough 2024, not just because of the situation that we are currently in, that we're coming out of, but even just the beginning of 2024. And I
Yes.
know a lot of people that I've talked to have had
Yes.
so many difficulties in this year, but ours started like the beginning of the year,
Yes.
and for a lot of reasons. But
Yeah.
just we're hearing some activity. Lord, I hope
Oh,
everybody's okay.
yeah. I hope they're
It's some
okay.
ambulance and paramedics and all this other stuff. So if you
Firefighting
guys hear
trucks.
that in the background, that's what's going on. So we pray for those people, whoever is impacted by it. But yeah, like coming into 2025, just hold on. Do not give up.
Yes.
Again, sometimes it feels like you're going backward, but God, that's all we got right now is
Yes.
the but God. God came in, and he just came in like a whirlwind, and he
Mm-hmm.
literally turned
Mm-hmm.
all of that around, and we're still feeling the effects of that today. We
Yes.
are, man, in our mind is blown by the things that
Mm-hmm.
are taking place right now.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's not over.
it's
It's
not
just the
over.
beginning.
Get ready for the propelling of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Get ready for God to launch you like an arrow at a fast rate of speed. Get excited, get motivated, be full of joy,
Yes.
be full of peace about it. Be assured that God loves you, that he's going to take care of you. He's going to do it. Whatever your petition and your desire is, that God is going to fulfill those promises, just like he said he would.
And let this be a example, because there are plenty of people on this platform who will try to tell you something and tell you what God's going to do and tell you that you need to hold on, tell you that you need to keep the faith, and you won't listen because you keep telling yourself, that's not me. You don't know my situation. You don't know how many times I failed. You don't know how many times I failed myself. This is all my fault. There's nothing that could get me out of this. Trust me, whatever I'm in isn't something that can be controlled, or the tragedy I'm facing, I don't think I'm ever going to get over this. Or, God, I have seen so many people pass me up. I've seen you bless this person, this person, this person, and this person. But somehow I believe that you've forgotten me. And I believe that even if I had a little bit of inkling of faith, somehow it keeps getting destroyed.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. If any of those things matched up to what I just said, you are in the right place, because you are literally looking at the people who are proving that and everything you may be thinking wrong, because we've been there.
Mm-hmm.
And we are currently still living in our car. And we're telling you that God will do it. We're not sitting up here giving you false stuff. We're in the midst of the storm still, actually, but we're seeing him perform in such a way that we know that his plan is going to be anything greater than we could have even expected. So when we tell you to keep moving forward and stay the path that he's called you on, we actually mean it, because we're letting you know this is not a fallacy. He is not a fallacy. He
Yes.
will do it. And if he didn't forget us, he's not going to forget you.
No, keep your head up. You know, don't give in. Don't throw in the towel. I mean, literally on New Year's Eve, I was like, I think that the devil wanted us to wave the white flag.
Oh my God, yes.
To wave the white flag, because that's how we felt.
Yes.
Like, okay, we ain't got, again, we didn't have anything else, you know. But that's God. I'm telling you, once you at that point, that's when things start to turn around. Like, I ain't got nothing else to give towards this, no more energy or anything.
That's what he wanted.
And God was like, cool. I take over.
Let me handle it. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted.
I wanted you to say you didn't have anything else
in you. I want to take all depleted. Okay, let me take over.
Exactly. And when I tell you take over, Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy.
He's taking over. Right, so allow him to do that. You do have to allow him to do it, by the way. But allow him to do that for you too. We are so encouraged to bring you this message, and you know, just to let you know that God is there, and he hasn't left you. He hasn't forsaken you. He never will. We felt mighty alone. We felt like God wasn't, you know, his presence wasn't there in certain situations. Not that we don't believe that God said in his word that he would never leave or forsake you, but sometimes you do feel like very much alone in things. You know, we're not religious people. We're not, oh God, I always feel God no matter what. No, sometimes you do. Jesus said on the cross, Father, Father, why have you forsaken me? He felt like he wasn't there in that instant. But we know in our heart of hearts that God is always there. And he said that he wouldn't leave us alone. And let me tell you something. He never left us alone. Yes. He has never forsaken us. His promise is true. And so we just want to bring this word of encouragement for you guys. And I pray that it helps somebody. I pray that it encourages your heart. I pray that it strengthens you in your faith for whatever God is doing in your life right now.
Exactly. And we just want you to know that this platform that we have right now, we did not have 7 days ago. We did not have it. So don't you dare underestimate his glory. So we thank you for joining Lot Life for this beautiful moment and in-depth conversation with KB
and Mama T.
And we're going to see you very soon. Bye-bye now.
Thank you for watching Lot Life.
Thank you for watching Lot Life.